Hey, if you're looking to start a medical practice and you want to know how many patient visits your competitors are getting at their practice each month, I'm going to show you how you can get a pretty reliable data on estimated foot traffic to specific clinics. I'm going to show you a bunch of other competitor and market research data as well that is going to help you kind of understand what you might be able to expect for your own medical practice. We're going to look at things like how many people visit your competitor's website, what keywords are they using to get there, which keywords are easiest for you to compete and win traffic to your site. We're going to look at seasonality data so you can understand when to expect slow times and busy times for your practice. We'll look at customer heat map data for your competitors so we can see where your competitors' patients are actually coming from, where they live, and so you can kind of get an idea of where you might want to locate your practice based on that information. I'm going to walk through all of this using our example market research report here and show you how you can get this data through a series of free tools as well as some premium tools. But before I jump into that, just a little bit of background. My name is Adam Hoeksema. I'm the co-founder of ProjectionHub, and we help businesses create financial projections for their business through our library of about 100 industry-specific financial projection templates. And what we found over the years is that a good market and competitor research data is really often the foundation for a realistic set of projections. And so we're working to show our clients how we do market research and what tools we use so that hopefully you can do this on your own. We do have a medical practice financial projection template, and it really does rely on number of patient visits to estimate revenue. So it's important to get as reliable of customer traffic estimates for your competitors as possible. So we're going to put a link in the video description below to our medical office projection template. And if you stick around to the end of the video, as our thank you for sticking around, we're going to give you a discount code that you can use to take a discount off at checkout for that projection template. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and dive into this market research report, and I'll show you where we find this kind of data. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try to understand the market demand, right? And so we are going to assume that we're opening Revive Wellness Medical Office, which intends to open a new physician's practice in the Indianapolis, Indiana area. And we're going to use a free tool called the Google Keyword Planner tool that's going to provide search traffic estimates for us for relevant keywords that our potential patients might be searching for. And so relatively obvious here, but we think our patients might be searching for Indianapolis doctor. And so we can see here that Indianapolis doctor receives about 320 monthly searches. And we can see that what our competitors are paying for on a cost per click basis to advertise for that keyword. So $1.26 on the low end, up to $3.61 on the high end of the cost per click range. So if you're opening your own private practice and you want to try to attract customers that are looking for an Indianapolis doctor, that's what you can expect in terms of search volume and what you'd expect to pay on a per click basis. We also, with Google Keyword Planner tool, can get a whole list of related keywords that might be relevant to your customers. So we can see that, different specialties, dermatologist, Indianapolis has 1,900 monthly searches actually. So actually a lot higher for the specialties in terms of search volume instead of a more generic phrase like Indianapolis doctor. We can see the 3-month change in search volume and the year-over-year change, as well as the competition. So competition helps you understand how hard it would be to rank for that particular keyword or how much it might cost to advertise for a particular keyword there. So the other thing that we'll want to look at in understanding the market is the seasonality. And the way a tool that I like to use to do that is another free tool called Google Trends. And if you go to Google Trends, you can do a search, you can look up a search phrase. And so I'm going to look up doctor near me because thinking that, my potential customers here might be searching for that doctor near me. And so what we can see is that there is a bit of seasonality. December does seem to generally be the low point of the season according to Google Trends, but it is a relatively stable search phrase. So the next thing that we would look at here is we want to understand our location, where we should locate, and understand what kind of traffic there is at our target location. And so we have picked out a location. However, the building has been empty in the past. And so it's not all that helpful to understand foot traffic to an empty building, right? And so what we can do here through our partner at Advan Research is if we assume this building here with the red dot is where we're hoping to locate our business. This blue building here is the strip mall nearby. And we can see that there is 11,000 visitors a month to this strip mall that shares a parking lot with our proposed location. So we can understand that there is at least some customer and foot traffic to the area. But, for a doctor's office, it's probably not all that helpful because how often do you stop at the dollar store in the strip mall and then just happen to walk into the doctor's office and get an appointment, right? So I think this can be useful, but maybe not the most useful. I think what's a lot more useful here is when we do the same research on a competitor's location. So we can look up the address of a competitor. In this example, we're going to look up one of the offices of Ascension Health in the Indianapolis area. And what we can see is that they're estimated to have roughly 2,010 customers per month. And this clinic rents out 12,400 square feet. And so we can see that here based on that Advan research data. We can also see, if we look up that competitor's website, we can put their website into a tool called Ahrefs. So it's ahrefs.com. And what you'll be able to do here is put in a competitor's website. You can see what kind of keywords are driving traffic to their website. So in this example, you can see that Ascension Primary Care, for example, is bringing 12 visitors to this competitor's particular website per month, and that there's a search volume for Ascension Primary Care of 500 searches per month. You can see that they're getting 17 visits per month from Primary Care Physician Indianapolis, so that seems like a useful keyword phrase that you might want to compete for, right? And so you can just get an idea of what keywords are driving customers or visitors to your competitors' websites. You can also see this column here, KD, stands for keyword difficulty. And so the higher the number, the more difficult it would be to compete against this particular competitor's website to rank for that same keyword phrase. So Find a Doctor Indianapolis is keyword difficulty of 8, which is much more difficult than ranking for Ascension Primary Care, keyword difficulty of 0, for example. Now, the next thing that we can do is we can understand some customer heat map data. So if we look at where our competitor's clinic location is here with this red dot, we can see where their customers are coming from, where their customers live or their patients live, represented by the blue on the map here. And let's say we are targeting the Fishers area. And so we want to be located maybe in the north side of Indianapolis and target the Fishers suburb. And we can see that there are not many customers, not many patients that are traveling from Fishers down to this competitor's clinic. And so that may help you kind of understand, on the map where a good location might be for you to compete. Then the last thing that we'll look at is in this report is demographic data. And this is another free source of data. So you can utilize census.gov data to get things like per capita income, median household income, especially if you're in a particular specialty. You may have a target kind of customer, a target demographic. So you want to make sure that the demographics of the community that you're looking to locate in are representative of the target customers that you are trying to attract. So that kind of data can be really helpful as well. Okay, so that is the market research report. So you might have gone through this and said, oh man, I don't have time to mess around and get all of this data, but you think it might be helpful for you. That's okay. We can do this market research for you and competitor research for you. So we'll put a link in the description of the video below to our market research report service. You can reach out to us that way and we can pull together this kind of market research for you. And again, the reason that we're doing the market research, at least in our case, is in an effort to build out our assumptions for our financial projections. And so we're going to, again, link to our medical office or physician's office financial projection template in the description of the video below. And when you're down there, you'll see a link to a form. If you fill out this form, you're going to get emailed a discount code, and that discount code will give you a discount at checkout for that template as a thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. So with that, I think that's all we have for you. But if you have any questions at all, reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com or leave us a comment in the comment section of the video below. Thanks.